Hello everyone, hope you're extremely well. Welcome back to another episode on the FinMeUp channel. It is Higo here, founder of FinMeUp. And today we'll be looking at a company that ARK Invest and Cathy Wood likes and that they've been buying heavily. It's a company that we've covered. It's a company that we like, especially for the long term. And Cathy Woods, so if you don't know Cathy Woods, go check her out. She's the CEO of ARK Invest, and ARK Invest has various ETFs that are just outperforming all other ETFs. They always seem to be ahead of the curve, always understand what's going on in all these disruptive, innovative companies. And now they've been buying heavily into this company. And this company is none other than Palantir Technologies. We've done videos on Palantir. We've done a stock pick on Palantir when it was still below $20. You can go check out that for more in detail look of what they actually do. It's a very complex business, but because of that complexity, it creates a competitive advantage and a barrier to entry. And they are ahead of their competitors in all aspects that I've researched. And I'm no AI expert or any of that, but if you just look at where they are going and their management and the contracts that are landing, the growth they are experiencing, the retention rates that they have, if you look at the current customers, how that revenues are increasing. If you look at the commercial revenue, that's where the real potential lies. And the commercial revenue is almost 50% of the entire revenue now. So just quickly, in this video, we'll have a look at how much ARK Invest has been buying of Palantir. We'll have a quick look and a summary of their Q4 results and their year results. And then we'll look at what we'll be doing and what we think of the future for Palantir. And like Cathy Wood said on the CNBC interview, Palantir is a long-term investment. It is there for long-term shareholders. If you are a short-term trader or a short-term investor, it's probably not the best buy for you, as there will still be volatility. It is a little bit on the expensive side of things. But if you look at the long term, the opportunity in what they are doing is massive. And that's why I like Palantir. We like Palantir. Cathy Woods likes Palantir. And I love the management. I actually read the book from Peter Thiel, which is part of their company. And I just see loads of potential. So let's have a look at how much ARK Invest has been buying. So Palantir is in two funds or two ETFs in the ARK Invest business. And they roughly own about 10 million shares now in Palantir. ARK Invest in total, run about there. And they actually bought 5.2 million shares yesterday in Palantir, which is massive, considering 5 months ago they didn't have any Palantir shares, and now they're just accumulating, especially with the dip. I mean, Palantir had a great run before this dip in the share price. It went from around $10 to $40, and now it's dipping back to $25. And like Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful, but be fearful when others are greedy. And when a share price drops, that is when people are fearful. So this is a time to consider being the other side of fearful. So you can look at our previous videos as well as stock picks on Palantir to get a better grip of what they are doing. But they are in the big data analytics space, and it's just they have big government contracts. They are now getting big into commercial, in airlines, in so many different industries, telecommunications. Just go check them out and those videos out. So ARK Invest bought 5.2 million shares. They roughly have about 10 million shares now, which is big. So let's have a look at Palantir's Q4 results and just a quick summary and overview. So their full year revenue for 2020 was up 47% year over year, which led to a revenue of $1.1 billion. This is not a small company. $1.1 billion, managing to grow 47% year on year. Their revenue for Q4 2020 is up 40% year over year, which is $322 million. And they landed new contracts in Q4 that include deals with Rio Tinto, PG&E, BP, the US Army, the US Air Force, FDA, and NHS. They expect the Q1 for 2021, which is this quarter, to have a revenue growth of 45% year over year, which is also great. And they also state that their average revenue, this is big, listen to this, their average revenue per customer was $7.9 million, but it was up 41% year over year. That is huge. Imagine you can get that growth from your customers that you already have. It's just massive. And now they are growing in the commercial space, and that's where the real opportunity lies. So here they say it in their results. The number of customers generating more than $1 million in annual revenue grew 32% year over year. The number of customers generating more than $5 million in annual revenue grew 54% year over year. The number of customers generating more than $10 million in annual revenue grew 50% year over year. So things are looking good. It's looking really good. They still incurred a loss of $156 million, but they also stated, the CEO stated, that they'll be investing heavily in expansion and in this exponential expansion that's going on around the world in the space that they are operating in. And that is also what Cathie Woods love, that they're investing heavily in grabbing market share, in growing their operations and what they can offer and their product. And that is what I want as a shareholder. I want to see how companies invest into their products. When companies pay a lot of dividends, you must understand that's basically when they say, we have so much cash, we don't know what to do with it. Here's just some cash. Thank you for holding our shares. Where a lot of companies not paying dividends, they're just investing in growth. And that's what I want to see. I want to see my companies that I invest in grow rapidly. So that is Palantir. So the question is, what will we be doing with Palantir? Well, personally, in my own personal portfolio, I bought Palantir today. Well, I also bought it yesterday and I bought it the day before that. Every day it's dipping, I'm buying more. And now it is trading at around $25. It was down 7% yesterday. I see after hours, by the time I'm recording this, is up by 4.85%. So it could be swinging now. But this is for the long term. Look, I know this is probably a bit overvalued, this company. It's very difficult to understand for the majority of shareholders even. But over the long term, I love the management. I love their vision. Their vision is to become the most important software company in the world. Cathie Woods is buying. ARK Invest is buying. I'm buying. But this is by under no circumstances financial advice. Do you own that's an interesting word, due diligence. But let us know what you think of Palantir. Do you think there's a big future for them? Are you buying? Do you think it's going to dip more? Do you think it's overvalued? Let us know your general thoughts on Palantir. And if you like videos like this, like and subscribe. Then we know we should post more updates on when ARK Invest is buying or selling a share. Just a quick overview. For example, ARK Invest sold some Tencent shares. They sold some Twilio shares. They sold some Splunk shares. They sold more Tencent shares. They bought ABVIE. They bought Viva Systems. So if you want more info like this, what they are buying, what they are selling on a daily or weekly basis, let us know in the comments. Like this video and then we can do that for you. Hope you have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe and also check out the FinMeUp app. Cheers all.